Hey guys, it's Headgear Sports Analysis here, back again with another video. And today I will be talking about my 5 NFL would you rathers, and I'll be giving you my picks on a few choices that I have to pick. So first, my first NFL would you rather is Jimmy Garoppolo or Tom Brady right now. Would I rather have Jimmy Garoppolo on my team or Tom Brady right now? So this one is a pretty hard choice. Do I want an old 2 to 3 year player that's the greatest of all time, or a pretty solid quarterback that has had his issues in the past and has had some skepticism on him, but is still very young? Um, I think I'd take Jimmy Garoppolo for this. I do not doubt Jimmy Garoppolo one bit. I think that he's going to have a very, very successful career in San Francisco, and especially with the coaching of Kyle Shanahan. And even though that's not part of the pick'em today, as everything else would be the same, it's just Jimmy Garoppolo or Tom Brady. I'd pick Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that San Francisco and Jimmy Garoppolo are doing great. I think Jimmy Garoppolo has great decision making, and he's still young. He still has the smarts and the ability to succeed. And I think that he can carry that on for the next decade because of his age and because of how young he is. Whereas Tom Brady, I think, yes, he will succeed in Tampa Bay. Yes, I think he will succeed in literally any team you put him in. But the years that he's going to play, and I think age will start getting to him after 2 seasons. I think that's going to affect um, Tom Brady, and that's why I take Jimmy Garoppolo. So my second pick I'm here today is Cam Newton or Jameis Winston. Now, for Cam Newton and Jameis Winston, both are now unsigned free agents. Well, no, Jameis Winston was signed by the New Orleans Saints, but I can guarantee you that the Saints would have had this discussion whether to take Cam Newton or take Jameis Winston. And right now, I think that for Jameis Winston, this is the best position he's in, and that's why I'm going to take him. Because Jameis Winston on an NFL team with the right coaching, I believe, can be a star. I think that he has the right abilities. He has everything needed to be an MVP in this league except for his decision making. If you can fix the decisions that he makes on the field, I believe that he can be a very, very good player in the NFL. And while Cam Newton has been an MVP and Cam Newton led the 15-1 Carolina Panthers to a Super Bowl, I still think that Cam Newton's on and off seasons have really, really affected him and has really, really dragged him down. I think that he has had enough opportunities and he may never play an NFL game again, at least as a starter. So now, my third pick'em for the day is Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson for MVP. Now, this one is a pretty tough decision. Lamar Jackson has taken the league by storm when has he is the modern day Michael Vick. He has the speed, he has the ability, he has the jukes, he has everything needed to succeed in this league as a quarterback. And defenses just aren't ready for a player like Lamar Jackson. Yes, I think defenses will catch up. Yes, I think Lamar Jackson will get injured by the end of his career, a huge injury that may considerably slow him down and considerably change him. But I think that Lamar Jackson is a great player. But then you have the other side, which is Russell Wilson. Today, I take Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, even though older than Lamar Jackson, has an insane playmaking ability that just I have not seen since players like Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, great, great quarterbacks. Russell Wilson can scramble, he can keep a play alive, and he has great leadership skills that will take him far in his career. and has taken him far as he is a Super Bowl champion. And I'm going to be honest with you here. I truly believe that the MVP this year should not have been going to Lamar Jackson, but Russell Wilson. Lamar Jackson he had 12 Pro Bowlers around him last season, and that is why his game was elevated. Yes, the kid is immensely talented, and yes, he's a great player. But when you have such high caliber players around you, you they elevate your game. You look way better when you have 10 plus Pro Bowlers around you, while Russell Wilson only had Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner was on the defense, does not elevate his game whatsoever, while Lamar Jackson had great players like Marshall Yanda, Mark Ingram, and many other superstars around him that elevated his game. Russell Wilson took this Seattle Seahawks team to the playoffs with Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson. That's all. He didn't even have solid receivers, but still made them look amazing. So now my fourth choice for the day is the 49ers defense or the Kansas City offense. It's your Super Bowl 54 matchup. Yes, Kansas City won the Super Bowl, but overall, I can tell you this. Kansas City has a perfect team right now. They could not have upgraded any more positions in their draft, hardly any in free agency. I think Kansas City, led by Patrick Mahomes, their offense itself is just an absolute powerhouse. And San Francisco has a young core, has made the right decisions in drafting John Lynch, has a defensive background as a defensive player, so he knows where to go on the defense, what to improve on, and where to build a superstar defense. And he has done that. As Nick Bosa, Dee Ford, great players like that, many more. I can't name them all, but I think that I would take the 49ers defense for this, with just one problem. Even though this is a very, very tough decision, I think I'd take the 49ers defense just because Kansas City can slow down. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't achieve what he normally does, this offense can get considerably slowed down. We saw this in the Super Bowl when the 49ers had them with a 10-point lead and kept fighting against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, Mahomes came back, he clutched it out, won the game. But we finally saw what would happen to that Chiefs team if Patrick Mahomes didn't play well. We finally saw when Patrick Mahomes was under pressure, when he felt the pressure and when he couldn't get it going, what would happen to that Kansas City offense. And I believe that for the San Francisco 49ers, they don't have dependencies like that, even though the 49ers defense does have their weakness when they get tired out at the end of the game. We saw that in the Super Bowl. We've seen that in multiple games. We saw it in last season against Atlanta when they lost at the end. We saw it last season against Seattle when they lost in overtime. We've seen it in multiple games, even against Baltimore when they started letting Lamar Jackson run all over them. And you can see in the first half, they absolutely dominate, but start letting plays go. So my final pick for today that I have to make is Mitchell Trubisky or Nick Foles. Now, the Chicago Bears signed Nick Foles over the offseason and now have a tough decision to make by making their starter Nick Foles or Mitchell Trubisky. For me, it's a no-brainer. I take Nick Foles. Mitchell Trubisky has had pretty decent seasons over the last 2 years. He took the Bears to the playoffs, had an 8-8 season last year. But I think that if Chicago had the right leadership, had the right quarterback, a guy like Russell Wilson, this team would undoubtedly be Super Bowl contenders and maybe even Super Bowl champions. This Chicago Bears team is filled with talent, have great players, but they don't have the right leadership at the quarterback position. I think Nick Foles can bring that in. He has the experience of a Super Bowl, but the thing with Nick Foles is he needs the right coaching, he needs the right scheming, like a Chip Kelly or Doug Peterson to run his team. If Nick Foles doesn't have that, he may struggle. We saw him doing a decent job in with the Jaguars, and in Jacksonville, he really didn't perform the way we wanted him to perform, but I think under the right coaching, Nick Foles will easily be the better one to take. I think Mitchell Trubisky is just not fitting in the Chicago Bears team, and I think he'd be better off as a backup quarterback. So guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you get a notification every time I post a video. I'll be posting as much as I possibly can, guys. Thanks. See ya. Have a great day.